Young men today are more distracted, unmotivated, and lost than ever before. Society is pushing comfort, instant gratification, and softness over discipline. Things like depression, lack of purpose, and weak mindsets as a whole has just become the norm. So what's actually causing this weakness? Obviously, it's things like addiction to social media, cheap dopamine, video games, all that cliche rubbish. But it's actually much deeper than that. Us as young men, we don't really have much struggles. We don't have real struggles. Everything is handed to us, and it makes us more soft than our ancestors. Because back in the day, young men used to be out in the fields, going to war, all these different things. But now we live a quite simplistic, easy lifestyle, which everything gets handed to us. We can order food. There's not really much urgency to work or make a difference. We don't really have to do anything because everything's just there. And I do think this is playing a huge role into why young men are weak, because obviously we have everything handed down to us. And on top of that, we just are surrounded by distractions. We are surrounded by a lot of negative things. Video games, porn, social media, all these different things. It's basically like there's not much more we can do than just indulge in all the negative things around us. That's where you have to start creating. I know this sounds crazy, but that's where you have to start creating some sort of struggle. You have to start creating some sort of pain, because us as men, especially young men, that's how we grow and mature to be strong-minded, to have strong willpower, discipline, and all those good traits. Another reason that's causing this weakness is just having a lack of role models, a lack of male role models. Many of us grow up in single-parent households, predominantly a single mum. So if you're growing up with a single mum, you have to teach yourself how to become a man. You have to install these traits like discipline, hard work, and just your mindset, because everything starts within the mind. Many of us, I'm included, come from a single parent household, so you have to find a way to install these things, because there's no one else that's going to help you. And without no strong male role model to look up to, there seems to be just no direction for young men. There's no direction because there's no direction to look to other than just what's around us. You know, the bad vices, the porn, the social media, all these things that are bad and negative for us. And there's no other direction but that. And you're probably thinking right now, how do you get out of that weak frame? How do you get out of this weak bubble you're in? And it can start by something simple. Even just going to the gym. Now, everyone talks about going to the gym and exercising and all this rubbish, right? But you don't actually understand that just going to the gym, that's just the first step. Going to the gym, that in itself, or just exercising, installs discipline to show up every single day and just do. In my opinion, that's surface level, is just going to the gym. That's going to help you build some type of discipline. But obviously there's more to the gym. But that's obviously the first step to the solution, is exercise. Because once you start exercising, builds a strong mind. This obviously helps not just only young men, but for young men, it installs discipline, which is essential for us as men to have discipline. We are providers by nature, so we have to install the discipline for us to grow gracefully and make that come to fruition. With the bubble that all of us young men are currently in, is just a bubble of distractions, a bubble of all the bad vices. So you want to be slowly cutting out the vices. This is the solutions. Slowly cut back. If you don't need social media, delete it. I promise you, you do not need social media. Unless you're starting a business and you need social media to promote your brand or business, whatever the case is. But most of you, let's just be honest, you don't need social media. And if you're saying right now, okay, but I need social media because that's how I communicate with my friends, then they're not your friends. If you have to keep social media for you to be in contact with your friends and for you to stay connected with your friends, they're not your friends. That's like a childish mindset. You saying to yourself that you need to keep these apps for your friends is another part of being weak. Because as long as you have those apps, the more you're going to keep falling into distraction and temptation and all these things. Now, I currently only have Instagram and YouTube. YouTube I use to create content, and Instagram I use because I'm going to start creating content on there as well. That's it. This is all a part of breaking free, because our lives have been handed to us so easy, so easy. We have to break free out of that comfort bubble and just do things that's hard. That's why I mentioned the gym, because to build a great physique, it takes pain, it takes resilience, determination. So much words come to mind, because once you step in that gym and you do your first workout, you're not going to see any changes. Once you do a second workout, you're not going to see any changes. The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, etc. It takes probably 30 days to see a little change. That 30 days is a whole month. So a whole month of consistency just to see a little change. That already is installing things inside of your brain that you don't even realize. because it's installing resilience, determination to get there, to get to that dream body. It takes years and years to build that physique that you want. That's why you have to embrace the discomfort, because it's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to track your meals. You're going to have to make sure you're eating right. Your diet has to be clean. Everything needs to be just down to a T to get there. And obviously, there's probably some people thinking, okay, it doesn't have to be that strict to get a decent physique. You want to be healthy. Not only do you want to be exercising, you want to be healthy, because most of these gym bros, they're not healthy. All these protein shakes and all this rubbish, it's not good for you. So you need to actually be dialing in the right nutrition that's actually going to fuel your body and make you not only look good but feel good. And this also comes into purpose, finding purpose. A lot of people find purpose when they start exercising and they go to the gym, because they start meeting good people there. They start having this masculine brotherhood. All these different things are just created by doing that one action, is going to the gym. Everyone always says it, but it's actually a lot more than just saying it. Once you actually start stepping into a gym, even a martial arts gym, once you start stepping into these places, there's that masculine essence. Especially if you haven't grown up around much masculinity, going to these places like the martial arts club, it's going to propel you and install those traits and masculine habits that you were lacking to begin with. And by you going to the gym, it's surrounding you around positive people, people that work hard, people that's disciplined, people that take action, instead of hanging around these weak-minded people that sit online and play video games all day or scroll on their phones. You go to the gym and instantly you're surrounded by winners, people that actually want to get somewhere in life. Because a big downfall is hanging around those weak-minded people that just bring you down and drag you down and keep you at that same baseline level. The final message I have in this video is choose strength or choose to stay weak. Every single day you have a choice, either to get stronger or get even weaker. Life is already easy for us young men anyway, so just doing the hard things, like waking up early, going for a run, going to the gym, working on your business, being disciplined, working on your studies, keeping your head down, working on all aspects of your life. It already sets you apart from from most young men, because most young men are just in that bubble that I talked about earlier and they're just not escaping. And I feel like now in these times, it's even more important to be strong as a young man. It's even more important to have a strong mind, because of all the weak things we're surrounded by. It's so easy to fall into them that it's even more powerful to us not to be consumed by the things that are going to be negative for us. So just ask yourself this: are you going to stay weak in that little bubble like everyone else, watching porn, scrolling on social media endlessly, procrastinating, eating shit food, staying up late? Or are you going to actually step up and come out of that bubble, come out of that crowd, and actually start making a difference in your life?